Shalom, brothers and sisters. This is your brother ISRAELITES for the Northern Kingdom, bringing some edification for you Negro, Latino, and Indigenous who are the biblical Israelites. Before we start, I want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, Barakakadash. That Yahweh, being the name of the Lord, not Jehovah, or God, or Yah, or Ahaya, it's Yahweh, the creator of all, the Ancient of Days. Bahasham is in the name of, and Yahweh Shai is the one you guys call Jesus or the Christ, technically speaking. And we give double honors to elders in GMS where we learn this truth. Shalom to the apostles, the bishops, and to the men down in the highways and byways, giving the 100% truth. Shalom to you. And shalom to the speckled birds among the heathen nations that look like the heathen nations, but return to the house of Israel and are being edified by these videos. Shalom to you. The date today is February 27th of 2025, our hopeful year of salvation and destruction of the nation of Edom. Now, yesterday I did a video that I'm a doomsday prophet, okay? And this video here is talking about the doomsday fish. So, again, we're on the same topic of doom and gloom, as many will say. But as you see, that's the time we're in. This is the appropriate time. We should be speaking of this. The end of the world should be speaking at the end of the world. And what should we try to be speaking of? Not to partake of the second death. So let us read a little bit of what's going on here and get some understanding. This is from the Washington Post. Video captures doomsday fish from deep sea washing ashore in Mexico. I believe this is Baja California. Beachgoers were shocked to discover an oarfish, that's its real name, a creature whose appearance, according to folklore, can be a good omen or a harbinger of death. Looking out over the smooth, clear water of Playa Quemado, this month is a wiggling object caught by Robert Hayes' attention as it is headed toward the shoreline. Hayes has been walking the beach in Mexican state of Baja California Sur and thought he had spotted a small alligator. His wife guessed maybe a little shark. Neither of them have guessed it was an oarfish, a deep-sea creature rarely spotted on the surface whose infrequently appearance have inspired centuries of folklore that the fish are both good omens and harbingers of doom. Hayes, a 64-year-old from Boise, Idaho, said he has about to walk away after exchanging pleasantries with Canadian fishermen when he spotted the oarfish when its head raised up from the water by a few inches. The water was glassy, so you could see several feet in the water. Hayes told the Washington Post on Wednesday, "My wife's first impression was that it was a small shark coming straight at us, and it's when I started fumbling for the camera. I knew I had to get the film because it was odd. The fish seemed confused," Hayes recalled, "and so was he." "What are you doing?" Hayes said aloud as he filmed. The fisherman, whose name Hayes did not know, told the couple he regularly came down to Baja California Sur to fish and quickly identified the creature as an oarfish. "He's come up here to die," the fisherman is heard saying on the video before grabbing the fish and eventually trying to coax it back into the water. Instead of swimming off, the fish did a big 15-foot loop and came back onto the beach. And if you see here, this one's not very big. Usually they're between 15 and 20 feet long, about 8 to 10 inches thick. After fishermen tried redirecting the oarfish, only it have circled back several times. Hayes said the fish tried to bore its head into the rocks. Figuring the fish was disoriented or distressed, the fisherman collected the fish, announced he was taking it to the marine biologist. Hayes said, "Oarfish live all over the world, usually at the depths between 660 feet and 3,280 feet. And tend to be found ashore only after storms or when they are dead or dying, according to the Florida Museum of Natural History at the University of Florida. Though it wasn't captured clearly on the video, Hayes said the fish appeared to have nickel quarter-size wounds on its face and looked raw, possibly infected. So these fish, according to Japanese folklore, appear right before big earthquakes and tsunamis. So I believe in 2004 one had washed up right before the big tsunami of then, which hit a lot of countries including Thailand, India, and I believe that they had found one of these or a couple of these weeks coming before the tsunami happened. So again, this is not taken lightly, because a lot of people do not understand. Let's go back. This is 2 Ezra 6:18, and it said, "Behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and visit them that dwell upon the earth." And this is talking about Yahweh visiting the earth, about judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai going out to everybody. Okay, not just to the Israelites. Of course, judgment first has to come to the house of Israel, but then the judgment is going to go out to all nations, because all nations have been wicked. Okay, so this is the time we're in. We're at the end of it, brothers and sisters. We have to understand that this place, everything you see, is momentarily. It's about to go bye-bye. It's about to be lights out. Okay, like what's going on in Chile, right? Chile, when I'm talking about Chile, the country of Chile, they have been having lights out since Tuesday. So no electricity since Tuesday, and I believe the population of Chile, which is right beside Argentina, is in the range of 19 million people. And I want to say 80% of that country has no electricity, and it's going to be going on a week. So you could imagine what might be going on there, because electricity controls everything. From the water being pumped, to fuel, to food. That means you can't withdraw money from an ATM. There's no internet. There's no PayPal transfer. There's no Cash App. There's nothing. Everything would have to be physical. And then you would have to physically go to the bank, and I would believe to show identification, because if your debit card doesn't work, how are you going to get money out? So again, everybody's going to have to rely on old school method, cash, no credit, no everything. And like I said, the prison system is usually automated with electricity. Who knows if prisons are opened and people, because that's a joke from George Carlin, right? He said, "Why are we are civilized?" He's like, "We're barely out of the Stone Age." He said, "What's holding us together is electricity." He said, "If electricity is out of here, whatever we call ourselves, humanity, is gonna go away." He said, "Everything's gonna go away, from lights to water to food." He said another thing is the prison houses and the insane asylums are going to be wide open. And of course, we hold millions of people here in the United States, millions of people, decades, if not lifetimes, in prison. Then all these prisons are going to be opening up. And he explained, somebody's going to be knocking at your door, and he said, hey, we're hungry. Do you have any food? She's like, for me and my compadres, right? For me and my homies. He said, do you have any women? He's like, oh, only your wife? I guess we're going to have to take turns, right? And that's what he was saying, like, as jokingly, but that's 2nd Ezra 15. And I guess we're going to have to go there. 2nd Ezra 15 and 16 talks about that. Second Ezra 15 and 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the earth, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, for the wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. Because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, again, what we just read, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread. And for great tribulation, behold, saith God, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, and from the east of Libanus, to turn themselves one against each other, and repay the things that they have done to them. He's talking about the Israelites. The Carmenians talking about Iranians here. Fire and hail and flying swords and many waters, that all fields may be full, and all rivers will be abundance of great waters. Right? Because some areas have had a lot of rain, but other areas had no rain. Other areas had fire, right? Some areas have had nothing but ice. So these are all things that the Lord is bringing judgment unto the world. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall to the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thy shall perish with the sword in the field. They that be in the mountain shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. So again, brothers and sisters, the time we're in, Jacob's trouble is upon us. Jacob's trouble is upon us, and here's one little sign of it impending doom coming. Because again, we can't say exactly when it's going to happen, but again, these fish happen and wash themselves weeks, if not a month, before major tectonic activity may happen. So that's it, brothers and sisters. Doomsday fish alert. Breaking news. Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Barakatham, Rakakadash. And we give double honor to elders in GMS where we learn this truth. Shalom to the apostles, the bishops, and to the men down on the highways and byways giving the 100% truth. And he that have ears, let him hear. Shalom.